Infrastructure heads the list. Some recent examples show why. From flooding to wildfires, heat waves to thawing permafrost, all can cause billions of dollars worth of damage. Next up, coastal communities. Many are at risk from rising sea levels and what that can bring. Erosion, flooding, storm surges.
Everybody has a story in which they come back after a particularly bad winter and they'll find meters of their shoreline just completely disappeared.
Northern communities are third on the list. Climate change is jeopardizing food and water security and threatening the very foundations on which communities are built.
I fear that my house can fall into the ocean.
It also poses a risk to human health, from bad air due to wildfires to the spread of disease. Finally, ecosystems and fisheries. 1 in 6 species around the globe is threatened by climate change. For many of these risks, Canadians can adapt. Just ask Selkirk, Manitoba. The city of about 10,000 north of Winnipeg knows what's coming and plans to be ready. Cameron McIntosh went to take a look.
On high ground, it's not the volatile Red River Selkirk worries about. It's storms like this, a month's worth of rain in less than an hour. Flash flooding that damaged hundreds of homes here and forever altered planning.
We're going to get fewer rain events, but they're going to be far more intense.
So CAO Dwayne Nichols says Selkirk is planning its future on climate models. Decades ahead, building for extremes.
We've got a really detailed understanding of what climate change is going to mean for us.
Influencing decisions like splitting the storm and septic sewers to better handle flooding, putting solar panels on the arena and geothermal at the water treatment plant to reduce costs and reliance on the grid. Plans to expand boulevards to hold more snow in winter. And right now, an audit of trees, planting more for shade in hotter summers and to add capacity to hold water.
By making some of those small changes, we're able to best use our resources that we have available to us.
Now, a lot of this may seem kind of straightforward, but not a lot of communities are planning to the same degree over the same time period that Selkirk is. It's made the community a bit of a national leader, and experts say other communities need to follow suit.
You can click on Selkirk, and the climate model data for the number of plus 30 days.
Ian Morrow developed the climate model Selkirk is basing its projections on, forecasting a jump from 9 plus 30 days to more than 40 by 2080. Those same models show similar challenges across the country.
Part of the challenge is, how do we bump up everybody's game? How do we make sure that everybody's thinking about resilience?
Selkirk has tapped into some very limited climate change funding. Nationally, there's demand for more.
What we're calling for in this upcoming federal election, Cam, is disaster mitigation and climate adaptation funding that is permanent.
Communities can choose, right? They can either adapt or they can adapt.
For Selkirk, that's also meant bearing some upfront costs.
We're evolving to an adapted state as opposed to waiting and having the next council or the next citizens in 20 years have to do it in a panic.
Adapting now to get ahead of a changing future. Cameron McIntosh, CBC News, Selkirk.